rate for Bin career-wide on his Gwen. Certainly a pick that he knows well, knows in depth, and can carry games with. I'm looking at this BLG composition and I see plenty of carries around the map. You can have pop-offs.
Dive here.
Hello.
He's going to cancel On's back using the pillar.
Xiaohu will do it using the wall.
Yep. All right. See what you got, Weibo Gaming. Can you execute this? Double knockup is there. Crypt has to flash out. They're going to be able to find Elk for first blood, but now Knight is in from behind. Nobody's tanking up a turret yet, though. He's able to only get a little bit of damage down, so really clean play from Weibo. Wanting
to do, but he loses out on a lot of that wave, and again, we talked about the fact that for BLG, they'd spent so long swapping around and putting Elk into a good position. Making him lose out on a couple of minions up on that top side is going to offset some of the work that was done by this BLG side, so we'd like to see that from Weibo, that they weren't just sitting back and letting BLG out-map move them. And now Crispy, even on this bot side, looking to Bin.
Alright, Bin forced to walk off. Everything's okay there. As Knight is going to hit the between worlds. They're going to look for Xiaohu. Is on his way. Good sidestep, too. Xiaohu, his goose is cooked, man. Weaver's wall is not going to be up in time. He does not really have the mana either. Close to the turret. Yeah, he's just cooked. He's just done. He had nowhere to go. Knight just going to get a kill. At least one of them. We'll see if BLG fancy themselves a fight. There's multiple members up on this top side. Second grub going to go down, so Weibo, Tien is there. He will be able to smite the last one away. And all right, Weibo Gaming getting grubs for themselves. Very good for Bree.
Further keeps the Gwen alive, who's now able to teleport up to this top side. As Knight spots Crisp.
Okay, flash headbutt. Let's see if they're able to find Knight. Tien on the way. On is a little far back. Seismic Shove's there. Between worlds, he does get to the other side. And it's another good attempt from Weibo, but foiled once again by BLG.
I think that's really overzealous from Crisp. I'm going to be honest, I don't think there's ever a world where you kill Knight there, but the fact that they've gone for the play does net them a lot of time alone with this turret.
Whoa, boy, here we go, diving again. Magnet Storm is there, Light's going to fly in. It's going to end up being a 1-for-1 when the dust settles.
And they'll be able to find this turret down on the bot side, you'd like to think, with Kraken plus Trundle plus 3 grubs as well. This will be Weibo taking first brick, taking that 1-for-1. And importantly, the gold going on to the Kai'Sa. Forced, looking to start this up. There are no TPs from our top lane, so this is a 4 versus 4.
On a split off, but doesn't mean he can take a creative angle. He doesn't have Hex Splash or anything. Big
double flip.
Seismic shove. Dragon's going to be secured. Shadow once in. He's going to knock up 2, and he's going to look for a little bit more. On, disrupted on the knockup, and he's going to get blown up immediately as Weibo want more. Elk is going to be able to dash up the wall. Here's the Weaver's wall, and that means big trouble for Shadow as he goes down 2. Weibo Gaming take the fight, and they're going to look for Knight next.
And they've just got that front line that's just a little bit better. Crisp is able to stand strong, and Knight dancing around here, gets hit with the pillar.
Oh, he's got good damage. He's going to flash away, but nobody's really there to help him. His ultimate's not up for 5 more seconds, and with all these rocks getting thrown at his face, he will not have a chance as Xiaohu gets his 3rd.
Yeah, and just thinking that maybe he can flash to buy space and trade one of those back without Tien having the subjugate to... And all of those things just add up a little bit too much.
Here we go, another pick, and On just gets removed from his side of the map. A seismic shove, a headbutt.
That's more reminiscent.
And a kill over to Light as the Rift Herald is now going to be started by Weibo, playing this game at a breakneck pace.
I think my internet did a little bit of something funny there. Apologies to everybody if that ended up causing some problems.
Okay. Well, another seismic shove here as the Between Worlds is gone.
What is happening?
Weibo Gaming, they're just picking up kills for free.
I mean, and this is Chris, again, I want to say, having a little bit of a masterclass on the Alistair. But they've got a dragon spawning in 30 seconds. They need to stop the stacking from BLG, and I expect this to be where either the game turns back into being this really close fight, or where Weibo starts to run away with it.
Yeah, and if you're BLG and the fight doesn't look good, just let it go, because you do have these late game carries.
A little bit of gold into the rest of their carries with Knight on that top side. He's going to find that tier 1 turret. See Shadow took away the Raptors, might have looked to take away the Slugs as well, but actually looking at it, Knight doesn't particularly have a good way to take that turret, and he's got a long way to run if he wants to get away from Breeze.
Yep. Oh, public execution lands flush. Now Knight is going to try to hop away using the Between Worlds. Breathe won't be able to chase him down. Well, maybe Xiaohu can get there in time, because guess what? You're on the wrong side of the tracks, buddy.
Has he got TP?
He does have TP. Oh, does see him.
Later.
Seismic shove is late, so he does miraculously find a way out. Really can't go for that Hex Slash. And that means this engage is going to be a little bit harder because this Otacon is getting burnt down below 7,000 HP. We'll see if BLG actually want to get in there. I know that Otacon shreds a whole lot, but they won't actually be able to, as Weibo get it for free.
And Yanni, I think they want to get in there. I think the problem is that they can't. The Icer as well. And the second that the jungler gets close, he gets headbutted away, and then immediately we see another ulti on the top side.
Well, another public execution, but the minions stayed alive. So now it's time for Bin to try to turn this around onto Breathe. Just not any damage coming out from this Gwen right now. Is Breathe looking to step on some of these honey fruits, but Bin can heal up just a little bit. Light is now showing up to the party. Shadow is here. Light ults over the wall. Might find himself in a little bit of trouble. Bin's trying to get away. Shadow going to follow up on the Light. Here comes On. They're going to be able to find the Kaisa. Now they're going to turn on to Breathe. Tien on the way. Drops the pillar to try to get Breathe out of there, but On and Shadow are sticking on him. Here comes Crisp trying to bodyguard. Breathe will find a way out, but it is 1-0 BLG. Quite a bit better scaling when you look at the Yunara, when you look at the Gwen, compared to just LPL Kaisa for Light. But On, once again, just going to get ticked off here. Again, it's the problems that he's had from Split 2 rearing their head again here.
Yeah, just I think a little too far forward. Where's his team? Where is the support? Why are we...
Flash.
If people are a little bit unfamiliar with the Yunara kit, when your ulti's up, you're doing really well. As soon as that goes down...
All right, well, we're going all in on Crisp. That's the issue. And Knight has been found On trying to get a good engage on here, but Elk is free hitting, but Breathe is now on the back line, misses the public execution, and now he's caught in the middle of 5 members. They're going to be able to shut him down. BLG will force Weibo away.
Get it, but they're going to lose the dragon. BLG are going to get themselves up to soul point, and it's an instance where Elk is free hitting in these fights, where actually a ton of damage, and that is what Weibo can do with that time that BLG spent on the map doing the dragon.
Weibo efficiently going to grab a turret for themselves, put a little bit more gold in their pockets to kind of see BLG. It looks like they're looking for an aggressive angle, but they're fine.
They're all just taunting one another.
Okay, Weaver's wall, they catch On once again. He's going to flash away, trying to get to his team. Public execution onto the back line. Breathe has to flash out. Has been sticking on him. A lot of big health bars for Weibo. They just need to find a way to turn the fight, give Light some purchase to be able to hit these guys. Shadow being forced away, down below half HP as Light rifles away. Breathe gets that kill, and Weibo want more. They smell blood in the water. Crisp is getting forced away. Bin able to hop over the wall and escape. But Weibo, what will they do?
They'll settle for the kill on Shadow, and the question is, are they going to TP Breathe back in? Do they want to have an attempt at this Baron? It doesn't look like BLG particularly care. And they're just going to net the Baron off of this. One pick, one fight that just barely goes Weibo's way. BLG have nothing to say. Weibo Gaming find the big purple worm.
And it's going to be so hard for BLG to go and fight for this. Yeah, it looks like they're really just content to say, hey, we don't want you getting soul. You do see an exhaust down on the Knight. Crisp gets stunned, but he fights through it. Looks for more. On, going to pull him in with a Magnet Storm as Crisp is getting lower, and Shadow got stunned on the side, and he's low, and he's dead. Light takes him out. Can Weibo find more? Public execution doesn't land, but Knight goes back to back on the Between Worlds, breaking their ankles, and now Bin looks for more. Tien is low, so is On, but Bin gets stunned and is taken down by Breathe. Light flies in, he finds On. Here comes Xiaohu looking to kill Elk. Seismic shove, but he's still alive, and he's hitting, but he's the only one alive, and he will fall. It is an ace for Weibo. Is up in 7. I guess that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, fine. They'll take the Drake, they'll stop it, they'll put themselves in a really good position still. It's a bit too risky to go for an end of the game here. If they lose out here, I mean, they'll just be a bit further behind than maybe they would have anticipated themselves being. This is the safe play by Weibo, and it keeps them very much in control. Who's a little bit too far forward. You then can't look to pop them on this Aurora, which is one of her key strengths. It also means that with not having really the HP bar to defend, Weibo are going to get this tier 2 turret. Again, they're doing this without the Baron, which spawns in another couple of minutes. Mortal Reminder built for Elk. Knight, no ulti, no flash.
No, Knight just pushed up too far, and he's going to go down.
A criminal mistake, really, from the BLG mid laner, especially without your ultimate. You can't go for that wave, but Crisp wants even more.
On has to flash up, but guess what? He's going to die soon, too. He will be able to find a way out, but again, that's another major cooldown on this Rel gone.
Yeah, a rare blunder from the BLG mid laner, one of the players who we talked about being you know, such a linchpin for them through Split 2, somebody who's been so impactful for them in Split 3. It's about getting into position to do the damage in itself.
Xiaohu is going to teleport over to the mid lane here. Carefully, he doesn't have a flash. He's going to see him engage on the On here. They're going to try to turn around on CM. Maybe looking for Breathe over on the side, but On just gets blown up. There's nothing that BLG can do. And now it's a 5v4. Shadow gets to the back line, but it might be too little too late. Breathe pulling the attention of multiple members on the other side. Shadow will fall with nobody around him to save him. Crisp going in, not quite landing. That pulverizes Bin, looking to take over this fight. He's all alone, but he's chopping away at Crisp like a steak knife. It's a 4v3.
Removes the front line, removes the engage from Weibo. I don't think that it's enough. Shadow's down. They've not really got any range to work with. Light just needs to land one W really and can really turn the tides of the whole thing.
Bin got slow. Tiana's just going to try to run him down. Bin needs to try to turn this around, but survive at the same time. It's tough. You have to do two different things and you want to do both of them, but he's going to get caught by the seismic shove and die anyway.
Xiaohu has been on point with these shoves. 18 out of 18 kill participation. Just landing seismic shoves left and right. Picking people out, starting these fights, and being the secondary engage for Weibo that we didn't know that they needed.
He's had a couple of oopsies on side waves, but honestly, outside of those mistakes, a pretty damn flawless game, dude.
I thought that might be a bit of a turning point. Maybe that would be the way for BLG to find their way back into the pit, but Xiaohu found some great damage onto On. He's got Spellbook TP, he's going to go back to base, try and get back into this. The Dragon is denied, and BLG should just leave.
Do something, guys. But he quickly gets denied. Knight going to take a lot of damage himself as the siege is on. The bottom inhibitor turret will fall. Crisp once more.
Oh, that's Xiaohu's flash as well.
Won't be able to get it, but yeah, that is a big flash burn on both sides. The bottom inhibitor will fall.
Have you Yunara ult? If you don't have Zeri ult, you're 60% of the champion. Now without the ultimate, yeah, that's the same case for Yunara. But Weibo, they're sending members already up to it, and no ultimate ready.
They're just ripping
these W's from Light. They're on a
teleporting to the base. Breathe is teleporting into the base. Here we go. The fight's going to start. They're going to immediately blow up On. And Weibo looks for more. Guess who's in the base? It's Breathe. Bin is teleporting back in himself. But now it's an odd man out. Shadow's going to secure the Baron. But BLG are stuck.
Get out of there, BLG.
Stuck. He dashes to the side. He manages to find one. Shadow is in the back. He's waffling around what he wants to do. Elk is going to flash away, try to stay alive, but he gets hit with the seismic shove, and now Light gets close to Knight because of it, and they blow him up. Shadow goes over the wall, but guess who's golden? It's Light. The knockup is there. It's the damage. They do find Knight, and he flashes over the wall, but Tien is going to immediately chase after him and take him out too, as Weibo win the fight but lose the Baron.
Weibo Gaming topside members with a Baron at his back. Can he hold the line for 30 more seconds? He's got On at his side as well here, but they're still so long on the carries respawning from BLG.
On does have exhaust, keep that in mind, so that will be big on either one of these targets that want to chop down these turrets. They're going to look for Breathe first, as Tien is going to continue to hit away. Here goes the first turret, it's going to fall. On goes in, has Bin trying to get the damage that he can, but he's got to go golden. On is stuck in the pillar, Bin fades back and he heals a ton!
Flush.
He heals a ton, but he can't get any farther forward, as Xiaohu putting down the rock stuns him. Nothing too crazy. We do see Breathe is on the bottom side in this jungle. He's now in the Chicken's pit. Crisp once in. He's been stunned. Shadow goes in. Crisp getting bursted. Seismic shove there. The Shadow is so low. He's burning away, but he does have that GA. He will stay alive for right now. Has been once in two. A lot of Weibo health bars are healthy, and there's the public execution taking the GA. Here comes the Weaver's wall as well. Big double knockup coming through as Bin is in trouble on the side. He's got to go golden. Light flies in. He's full HP as he's looking to do damage and he gets bursted out. He's gone golden. Bin and Elk are just running the fight. Knight on the backside too. Elk pushing forward with the auto attacks, and BLG win the fight. 3 for 2 and are looking to maybe end the game.
They've got a wave in the mid lane and they've got redemption in their eyes for Yunara on Elk. He lost the game against AL, lost that series, but they'll be damned if they're going to let that happen 2 days in a row.
And in the blink of an eye, Weibo goes from in BLG's base to in their own on the back foot. Breathe still has this GA. He's going in, but he slides out. He's waiting for this energy to come back up as big chunks have gone down onto Bin, onto Knight, onto Elk. The slow is there too. Breathe once more. He's got public execution up very soon. A little split here. but they once again find themselves in a 15-minute banger that's going to be determined by an Elder Dragon, as they've started it up. On is nowhere close to his team. He needs to get close. BLG are completely split off. Knockups on the back. They're going to try to burst out Crisp, and here comes Bin using his ultimate, trying to cut them down, but he misses the last one. Elk getting tagged up, but here is the engage. Shadow is in, but Breathe finds Elk. Elk's in trouble. He's down to the pit. Light is free hitting. He's up against Bin, and he gets it done, and he's going to res. That's a problem for BLG, as Weibo take the Elder. They run the fight. They win the game.
Weibo destroy BLG in a 50-minute banger, Yanni. It is 95,000 gold that they picked up, but Weibo got the soul at their backs. They get the Elder in the back half of this. And now, with the longest game of this split for Weibo, they will take game number 1, everybody.
It's always a banger in the LPL, boys, because this game is over. Nexus exposed, nobody up. GG Weibo Gaming. Yeah, and what I want to see for BLG here is Shadow just needs to attack Xiaohu all game long. You just need to keep this guy behind. Make sure he's so weak that when he steals one of these impactful ultimates, he's not going to do a whole lot. 2, you're up. If you're Elk, obviously, this wave coming in, it's more so a little even, but Bin is continuing to get CS leads over Breathe. Here comes a knockup and a dive. His Shadow is there. Light is in trouble, trying to dance around the turrets, but it's just not enough. It'll be first blood going over to Elk.
And, you know, sometimes Yorick has the maiden highlight reel as well, so we could see that be fine, but also it's always a little bit disappointing as one of these split push champions. You don't get the grubs, and when your team just not necessarily sacrifices you to the cause, but when they don't think about your best interests. And then again, you have to remember that Breathe went through this a lot in the first game as well, so this is merely recompense.
Bothered simply because we have push for BLG's bot lane, so they will eventually get this dragon, but again, it's so late that stacking, you would say, would typically be abandoned. However, it is big, long gaming.
Any win that they can get to push themselves into the top 4, especially a sniper way against BLG, is going to be really important.
Here we go. We're going for a full dive here. Multiple ultimates pop. Xiaohu's trying to stay alive. They force the flash out of Shadow, and here comes Tien. Knight is a little bit low, but Shadow is just caught on the backside, slammed into the wall, and he is just in no man's land. And they're going to give this one over to the Silas. Meanwhile, Weibo Gaming maybe wanting a little bit more here. Crisp stepping up very far. We'll be able to slide out. Tien gonna walk up, tank everything up, flash, impale. Yeah, that's not the one, buddy.
Yeah,
as,
did flash it as well.
He did. They did burn a critical summoner there. Again, continues to push forward. Elk is going to drop the ultimate down, but the question is, do you have enough damage at this point of the game? Here's Xiaohu and a teleport coming in. Scripps can't quite land the knockup. There's a good Tibbers, and Knight is going to be able to flash away. Bin joins the fight. Light is cooked right now as BLG completely turn it on its head. And here comes Sion. He's doing a little bit of damage here. Will knock up Bin on the side, but Xiaohu is just so low right now. And Breathe doesn't really bring much value into this fight. The question is, can Bin actually get a kill? And I think the answer is no.
Yeah, just not quite able to take down the Lumberjack here, as we get to see a little bit of a glimpse, really, of what Elk can do in these team fights. He's on these skill shots. Looks for Knight instead of going for Elk, because mid-lane Light's dead.
Yeah, he's just instantly gone, and Crisp burns his ultimate, and they get nothing.
Got 4 members down on this bot side. They've got Bin already tearing through another turret. This is BLG starting to come away with a really solid advantage, and honestly putting the screws to Weibo in this game.
Again, we have seen a couple of times now BLG have these early leads and kind of bungle them a little bit. Weibo Gaming getting punished for their hubris, though, and their over-aggression. We are going to see an Impale go down as they're going to target out Elk here. He gets driven back, and that's a big kill for Xiaohu.
I think that's the best way of taking down the AD carry that is going to be the linchpin of this BLG roster.
Without a doubt, Xiaohu is going to find himself immediately in trouble. He's going to be able to dash out, but a nice play there to pop the blast plant. The Kingslayer won't save you. Bin is now 2-0, and the Goon Squad of the top side gets it done. I think that if Light was playing optimally in this one, that Weibo would be in a much better spot.
Stolen away Zeri ulti means again. Big nuke from Xiaohu. You see Tien and Chris working through the wings. It's not to be unmatched.
Hey, oh, nice play there by Honest. They managed to catch up to Skarner, and Tien is just dead. Chris goes in, but there's just no follow-up to be had.
Yeah, Nelk just able to find a quick pick there, and well played with his squad. He doesn't even use the ulti, so he's still able to contribute to a team fight as Tien goes fishing with the Impale, finds two people that aren't particularly of interest, to Crisp or to Xiaohu. Now they're looking to try, it looks like, and take a tier 1 turret. No contest pushing through whatsoever. BLG in a very, very solid position. They'll take the outcome, they'll take the kill, and Weibo say nothing about it.
Now let's see if Bin has something to say about this Dragon take here. He's got an idea that it's going on. As he sends a ghoul in for some scouting business, but it looks like he will back off and they will just let this one go and allow Weibo Gaming to break the Dragon stack.
Buys them 5 more minutes, but I don't know what good 5 more minutes will do them when you're playing a game against a Zeryu. Yes, the scale and fail. We'll just play for a 7-item Kaiser and hope that that'll do it.
A 7-item?
Yeah.
Oh, really
okay.
cherish.
Never mind. My bad.
I have both Transcendent skins. I cherish this account. Anyway, Xiaohu going in here, trying to get some good damage down in the shadow. He's got the Impale pulling him away.
Oh, hold on,
Xiaohu! The
Xiaohu!
First kill. Now Elk is going to be targeted. The exhaust is there, but the charm is not. The light, though, flashing forward, looking to find out Xiaohu from an angle, and Weibo Gaming are doing it! They're doing it! BLG are throwing it away, and the Baron's been started, Rudude.
And they've just lost 3 people. They've lost their jungler. Xiaohu's fishing for Knight, who you don't imagine can do anything, really. This is just an Annie all on their own. Ben's able to push in the mid wave, but Weibo, again, just in the blink of an eye, have found themselves in a position to take the Baron on spawn.
My goodness, man. BLG just overextending once again.
What happened to Wait Baron Gaming? What happened?
Yeah, they waited to 25.5 minutes. That's meatballs on the side of Weibo.
I'm a massive Annie hater, just known, really, but this is my fear for wires. Weibo here, they should be using this time to try and get gold back. They're still at a gold deficit, mind you. So they are not in a good spot in the game.
Are costing them, and the longer the game goes, the more opportunity there are for mistakes.
Tien, though, walking in, has to face
hang
check.
on. Here's the mistake. They might have the damage to burst him out. He's going to flash away. They're going to try to chase him down. He will be able to find a way out of there, but this could be the Dragon because here comes the teleport. Jungler is not going to be there. Xiaohu, though, is going in. He's got this area ultimate, and he blows up on. It's a 4v4 for right now, but Tien elected to stay as this Dragon has been started up. He doesn't have any camps to heal off of. What's he doing?
They don't have anything to kill Elk with now, though. How are they going to get on top of the Zeri? And they don't have the HP to get Tien in, surely.
All right, well, they're just going to say, screw it, we're going in anyway. Xiaohu looking for damage on the bin. It's not a whole lot. Knight still has the stun, but no anti-ultimate as the Dragon is going to be secured by Weibo as BLG do not want it.
Elk hops over the wall there and just completely nullifies anything that he can look to do in that team fight. Crisp and Xiaohu, they're still fishing. They fancy somebody who's coming way back.
Yeah, see you later. See you in the next fight, buddy. As, again, we talked about that lack of damage could be a problem, but guess what? Everybody's fine. The question is, can they blow up Xiaohu? He's got the Pop Blossom. It's huge damage as he's taken over, but he finally falls. It all goes to light now, but Shadow is just off in no man's land on the other side of the fight. Nobody was around for BLG to do anything more as Weibo's Xiaohu, so strong this game, willing his team to victory.
And now you can see already looking to group up around this Baron. As Ben starts it off, Weibo needs to try and find a way in. Chris puts a control ward over the wall, and now they know that it's been started.
Yeah, it's not particularly fast right now because Elka is just out here trying to poke these guys down, but I think BLG are just sticking to this right now. I'm not sure if that's the move. You do have Pop Blossom, you do have the ultimate from Elk as well, that lightning crash, but it's down below 3,000 HP. Tien is in the fight. Here we go for the flip, and Tien secures it. Weibo Gaming secures it again. Here's the Impale, only on one member as it's Shadow, but look on the side. On is forced out. It's going to be a 5v4 for right now, but On is trying to get in there. He does throw the clone at them and say, all right, it's time for me to get out. We'll buy some room for BLG.
Go through. 5 seconds before this Infernal Dragon spawns. Look at the bounties now on Weibo's side. If they lose this fight, that's a lot of gold that will go into the back pockets of BLG, but they're the ones that are engaging.
The Dragon's gone.
I breathe with 6,000 health.
Yeah, he's got 6,000 health. He's got a Titanic Hydra. We thought that, Weibo might not have the damage. Breathe said, don't worry, boys, I'm bringing the damage. We see a little bit of jockeying for position here in the mid lane. On one sin, 5-man Pop Blossom. This has to be the fight, but guess who's fine? It's Xiaohu in the middle of the fight. He finds on and he goes golden, and Breathe is doing good damage. Xiaohu is looking for more, but he's stunned up, and now he's got to slide out. Tien dragging Bin back, but he flashes away. Breathe goes down. Weibo health bar's blinking, but Knight gets rooted up, and he's gonna live. Is he gonna die? Yes, he does. Tien flashes forward. Shadow goes in. He's looking for more. They manage to find one. Shadow goes in for more. Once again, he looks for light. BLG miraculously finding the ace, and they want to end.
It's a triple for Elk in the back half, and Tibbers, the MVP, just destroyed Weibo as they chased down the rest of the BLG members. It's a disaster for Weibo Gaming, and big long games are forcing us to a series decider.
What a crazy game! Yes, it might have been 15 minutes less, but it still had all the action, all the impact in a final fight, where Shadow redeems himself, where Elk comes up huge, Knight comes up huge, and we're going to game 3. You are blowing up everybody on Weibo. I just do not think that they will be tanky enough to survive getting hooked by Elk.
My theory is if they hook anyone that isn't Crisp, is that Crisp is going to Tempered Fate and reset the fight like that.
Yep, pretty nice stuff there, able to at least disrupt the camp. The question is, can BLG actually do anything back? Knight is down the level right now. He is going to get rooted up. Tien, let's get a little bit closer. When becomes lightning will not connect, but it does force the flash out of Knight. Shadow is forced away, and now we see potential roam coming in as Chris wants to get there. He's going to use the portal over the wall, and they have found Knight, and Tien will get credit for that one for first blood. Set out on. Both of them are currently on the bot side, but with no camps up for Tien. See if he's actually here to cover Xiaohu, because this is going to be a problem soon. Shadow landing that ultimate flush. The question is, can Xiaohu actually find a way out? Desperately running to Tien, but his flash is up. The Realm Warp is going to be used, but is not going to get him out, as the Meek have been cold.
Like that timing from Xiaohu there. He recognizes what CC can.
They'll allow Weibo Gaming to go and take purchase in this topside river and go ahead and get these scrubs for Breathe and Xiaohu. I'm sure they're more than happy to have.
Okay. Look, this time goes wide and Breathe.
Quite right. Hang on. Plated steel caps putting in work. Here we go. Curtain call. Hang on.
Okay.
Right. Never mind.
He out over the wall?
It's Jover. It's John Bon Jover.
Yeah.
You guys won't get that. Both members of Prada are not from the US. Here we go. Fights coming. Root happening. On dead. Next target potentially going to be Elk here, but the traps are doing so much work. But so is the magical journey, but a teleport coming in from behind. It's dueling teleports, but the slows are so impactful. Tiana's going to get rooted and stunned. Here comes the squad. Knight immediately looking for damage, but Xiaohu right in his face, trading back. Light on his way, has that bullet time as well. Curious on what angle he wants to take. Even he's not sure. He's going to magical journey in. He's the first one. He flashes for the reposition, and the bullet time is perfect. And now Elk and Knight are no man's land. But Crisp is low, and Blitz is here. The hook is in, and Xiaohu is dead. And Light's got to run for the hills, and Crisp ain't going to be able to help his buddy out. Light is dead, but he gets one back on the other side.
Victor has less distance to travel as well.
Oh, picture in picture. Hang on, there's a hook on the dragon. There's stuff going on here. Who's dying? It's Jace who's in trouble. He will fall as BLG pick that one up. And
okay, back to the replay. Light takes a portal tap to immediately flash. And then Blitzcrank's back because they took so long to take this fight. And
now we're out of the replay.
We're going again.
Chris is caught. Shadow looking to survive to make it rain for the slope, but Xiaohu can't get there fast enough, and now teleport coming in from behind. It's a battle royale. Ultimate knocks him away, but Light is stuck. Bin is going to look for priority targets. He's on Tien. Tien has to go into 5 to try to get his mid laner out of there, and BLG, it's coming up all them. 14 minutes into this game. We have Herald up in about a minute, and BLG are looking to put this game fully out of reach. They're going to make a nice side lane play on the Xiaohu. This guy is
the Victor, lovely stuff. And chat, we will take your hand and guide you through this game number 3. It does seem like BLG are on the way to victory. However, remember, this is big, long gaming. They will throw at some point. Something's going to go badly. And if this series is anything to go by, it will be instigated by the Blitzcrank, let's be honest. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find a way for Weibo to find their way back into this for a little bit. For a little bit, at the very least. I'm sure this game isn't done.
Here's the time for them to try. Has been not realizing he's going to get dope. Oh yeah, they're sending everybody, but teleports are coming through. Tien, everybody was calling this play off, but Tien said, let's push forward. They're going to find Bin. Here's Shadow and Knight joining the party, and there's a big Arcane Storm doing a lot of damage. Stun on the other side of the fight. Breathe is dead. Knight has to flash away. Here comes the Realm Warp to get him out and maybe help out Chris. Elk waited, but he's got to flash up the wall. They turn it on to Shadow, take him out. Here comes the curtain call. Xiaohu trying to block for Light. Will be able to escort him out as Tien also escapes.
Oosh. Goes a little bit wide there. Tien might get hooked. On. Okay, never mind.
We got slowed. Unlucky.
Well played by Tien. Good passing from Weibo as well. That duo of carries.
Oh, guess what? We got more fighting. Teleport coming in. He will be received by Bin as Weibo Gaming will just take the Herald that was generously leashed by BLG.
Right. And everybody's coming top. It's the same thing again.
Healing quite a bit. They're going to focus this turret, but the stun is out. The turret will fall. And Tien always wants more. And guess what? They want all the smoke. All right, we do have a man advantage because Light can't link up, but it looks like BLG will once again back off. Guys, there's a dragon up. Can we not just have done the dragon?
Connection. Not going to get the tier 1 turret either, and the Herald may be going down. There's an opportunity that they'll take it. We're riding it in.
We're going to ride it in. All right, Twitch chat showing up to the party. You are helping Weibo Gaming win this game. Here's Knight. He's in trouble. Bullet time is down and uninterrupted. It's good damage, but they don't get anything back. They will trade it and get crisp. And here comes the curtain call. Trying to hit some priority targets, but Tien actually can't interrupt this Jin. He's mired in the muck, and he's fourth shot and dead. That's a double kill for Elk and Bin on the flank. Forces the flash of the Xiaohu, but he gets rooted. Another big play as Elk and BLG take over the fight.
And BLG just running amok as Weibo just get way too aggressive, trying to do far too much with that Herald.
And those completed boots, you can't forget about those. We're seeing Weibo clearing out a lot of these awards. BLG, remember, Blitzcrank can always make it hard. Here's the pull in. Oh, the tempered fake, and keep him alive for right now, but the stun not going to land. Tien getting fourth shot, but he's still alive. Breathe frontlining right now, desperately trying to get away, but he gets stunned up, knocked up, and it goes down as the Realm Warp will try to get him out. Quality, but you watch them and you enjoy them for the entertainment factor.
I said this series Slayer last week.
Yep.
DRX's Worlds Run. Those games weren't the top level of League of Legends, but they were entertaining as all hell. This is another example.
Yep. It's
on the rest of your side lanes really to come out thriving.
Well, almost going to look for that hook angle, but Elect did not do. You see Shadow walk in here. He's going to take quite a bit of damage for himself. We're still waiting for an on hook to hit a priority target. Good ultimate coming through, but the Temper Fate doesn't hit. Breathe. Over on the side. Shadow is low. He's trying to escape, and they're trying to turn it around on Chris, but they just can't. Now teleport coming in on the other side. Curtain call coming through. A lot of members blocking this. But do they want to turn around? No. It'll just be an escape.
Realm Warp to get out to safety, and no Crescent Guard to keep their jungler safe.
Shotgun Otacon, let's see if they can take it. It looks like they win. No, stolen! No! It's stolen! Shadow shows up, the Italian Stallion, cooking these guys like pasta as Xiaohu has nowhere to go. 2-0 for BLG.
It's a disaster for Weibo. It was a shotgun that blew up in their faces, and Tien unable to secure the objective.
So proud of BLG. They found the perfect solution to their Otacon woes. Allow the other team to start it and just have Shadow steal it.
Turn
up the pace. We're pulling off. No, we're going back on. Okay.
I mean, they surely have to commit now. They've got a good two-man doing this. It'll take them some time. Jin Sejuani, not the lethal barrel-taking duo that we're here, that we're looking for. I mean, Tien might die, actually, looking at the Knight's positioning.
Okay, we're good, finally.
Well done, BLG! Let's go! Now close the game. They have an 8k gold lead. They have Baron at their backs. They have a wave in the top lane, Yanni. What could go wrong?
Finish this one off. It is time. It is time to end it.
Wait, Yanni, should I do something disgusting?
Oh, yes, let's hear it.
I'm going to... BLG can't lose from this position.
All right, let's see them put that to the test. I think you might actually be right this time around. Temper Fate is going to land. Elk not going to get stunned. Here's the Realm Warp. It's a fake out, though. We're going all the way, and here's the bullet time. It's a solid bullet time. They knock him out of it, though, is the problem. We see a couple of members down, and yeah, it's BLG. not being able to lose from this angle. It's a 3-for-1 right now, and they're going to chase down and look for more members. Bin will wisely back off, but even Knight, we haven't talked about him a whole lot. So many assists, but that means he's big too. All right. Weibo they're making their last stand very, very soon. We see a teleport coming in on the backside for Breathe. Breathe is very quickly going to get spotted. He goes right on top of Knight, but he gets blown up himself. The Tempered Fate's not going to be able to save him. They do get a double stun off of Bin. Gets on the Light. Arcane Storm's huge. BLG run over Weibo. The third game could have been an email, and they will actually put one away in a reasonable amount of time with a reasonable pace, looking like the BLG that we saw after game 1 versus AL last time out. 25 kills to 7 in a 30-minute game. Rujude, your thoughts now that this game has now ended?
This game literally broke my desktop app. Discord just decided to turn off. I still can't see it. Can you hear me? Am I good?
I can hear you, don't worry.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.